video para mi canal. Y esta vez les traigo este juego que se llama The Stanley Parable, que creo que se traduciría como la paradoja de Stanley, algo así. Bueno, yo ya lo jugué, es un juego bastante largo, tiene muchos tipos de finales, entonces lo vamos a jugar un rato. Voy a sacar un par de finales y tal vez, no creo que haga serie del juego, pero voy a traer finales seguidos al canal, entonces espero que les guste. Bueno, como digo, ¿no? Eso, les voy a traer al canal de vez en cuando algunos de los finales que puede tener el juego. Ahora voy a sacar unos 3, no que yo me conozco porque me he olvidado del juego, entonces la verdad no me acuerdo muy bien cómo eran los finales ni nada, entonces vamos a ver. No carga. Está tardando mucho en cargar. End is never the end. El final nunca es el final. Profundo. Ok. No carga. No carga. ¿Qué fue que no carga? Ok, el final no es siempre el final.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Esta es la historia de un hombre llamado Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Era el empleado
Employee number 427's job was simple.
Tenía
He
un
sat at
trabajo
his desk
que
in
se
room
sentaba en una mesa
427
de un
and he pushed
cuarto
buttons on the
427
keyboard.
y
Orders came
aplastaba
to him through a
botones en
monitor
su
at his desk,
teclado.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ok, ya me puedo ver. Bueno, está un poco retrasado el juego, pero... O sea, tiene un poco de delay a lo que yo me muevo, pero no importa. Básicamente dijo que yo tenía un trabajo normal, o sea, todos los días me sentaba en este escritorio a aplastar botones porque sí, pero un día no me dieron órdenes y entonces tuve que salir a buscar a ver qué hacía.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dice que todos mis compañeros desaparecieron.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Básicamente lo que me decía, o lo que dijo, es que todos mis compañeros de trabajo se fueron y me abandonaron. Entonces yo fui a la oficina a la principal para enviar un memo o algo así. Ve un computador, muere.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Está diciendo que vaya a la izquierda. Me mata la curiosidad de saber qué pasa si me voy a la derecha. Yo sigo a mi curiosidad, así que vamos a la derecha.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Su madre. Me acaba de decir que yo sabía que era el
Yes,
camino, pero aún
truly
así
a
fui por
room
aquí.
worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ya, ok. O sea, dice que simplemente vine aquí para hacer pendejadas y ya.
But
Ahora me
eager to
voy.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Muy bien. Aquí me dice que cogí a la izquierda, entonces vamos a seguir con el camino de desobedecerlo a tope. Permiso. Ok.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
No mames. O sea, dice que soy malo siguiendo instrucciones a pesar de que llevo 5 años haciéndolo.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
Puedo ir para
difficult,
allá.
but the fact is that the story... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Pues sí
Why?
podría.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ok. ¿Dónde estoy?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
¿Para qué me abres las dos? Yo voy por la azul.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yo quiero ir por la azul.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ah, mira, aquí hay una azul. Vamos por la azul.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Sí, vamos. Sí se puede,
You
vamos.
see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
A ver. Vamos a entrar.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Saben lo que voy a hacer.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Stanley Parable. Ahora me voy a ir por la puerta de acá. What the...
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? honest answers, please.
Vamos a darle un 3 porque me cae medio bien.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh. Bueno, no sé qué acaba de pasar, pero... Oh.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Bueno, básicamente dice que él va a ir hacia el fuego y yo tengo que apretar el botón para evitarlo. Quédate ahí, bebé. Quédate ahí. Ahí. Un ritmo de... ¿Sabes qué? Voy a dejar que se queme, ya Martín.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Ok. Pues no sé muy bien. Bueno, dejé que el bebé se quemara, ¿no?
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off, yes,
La peor casa que
it's
he visto.
complete.
Yo hago casas horribles.
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
¿Puedo como salir de aquí de alguna manera? No puedes saltar, logro desbloqueado. Qué bien, qué belleza. Shift. Con Shift se corre, vamos. Algo debo poder hacer. No, me voy a meter en la casa entonces. No puedo entrar.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Vamos a minar. Esto es Minecraft. Este se volvió Minecraft. Buenas, chicos. Yo, ¿qué pasa, chicos y chicas de YouTube? Estamos aquí en una serie de
than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Ok, y ya habían arañas. Bueno, eso no. Me estaba entrando la gana de hacer una serie de Minecraft otra vez, pero esta vez sí hacerla bien como se hace. Entonces, bueno, tal vez la vean por aquí en el canal. Digo tal vez porque no estoy seguro de hacerla, no creo hacerla. Pero vamos a ver. ¿Qué es esto?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Me suena mucho este. ¿Dónde estoy, güey?
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Gracias. O sea,
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave.
wow. Ok. ¿Dónde estoy? Me caí, ok. Ok, este juego se puso más tétrico de lo que pensaba. Hello. Hola. Solo vine a... Solo quería jugar Minecraft. Hola. Pues creo que ahora sí le hice putar al narrador porque se cayó y fue en esta especie de esa tontera. En esta especie de hotel del Resplandor. Oh, esta es mi habitación, este es mi cubículo. Ok, ¿y ahora qué?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Bueno, chicos, hasta aquí ha llegado. Ok. Eso fue raro. Muy raro. No sé qué va a cargar.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bueno, se reinició el juego, pero estoy en otra habitación donde nunca he aparecido. La verdad, no sé dónde estoy. Espérenme un segundo que tuve un logro y no sé de qué es. Ok, no puedo ver, entonces ya, sigamos. Ah, ok.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Voy a entrar por la derecha otra vez.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sí, ok.
Wow, yes, this room.
Ajá, esto ya lo
But
vi.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Bueno, tomemos la puerta a la izquierda.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on
Me da
track.
curiosidad de saber qué es esto. Lo siento, pero la curiosidad mató al gato y este gato tiene mucha curiosidad.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Ah, ok.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Hijo de...
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
No estoy seguro de que sea por aquí.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding?
No.
It's all rubbish now.
Tiene
The
una
whole
cámara
story
donde
completely
nos vigilan
unusable.
a todos.
How about, rather than
Cámaras.
waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Fine.
Okay, from the top.
Ahí había uno despedido. ¿Será que ese uno soy yo? Bueno, eso dijo que reinició el teléfono. Digo, reinició el juego.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Otra vez. Oh shit, here we go again.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Well, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Vamos. Quiero ir por esta. Quiero ver. Sí, por acá está bloqueado. ¿Qué hay por acá? ¿Qué hay por acá? Buenas. Buenas. Perdí. Ve. Ok. Por acá.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Bueno, dijo que vamos a reiniciar otra vez el juego porque como que se dañó otra vez el juego, entonces
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ok, vamos otra vez a la sala de reuniones, a la donde supuestamente debería poder ir. No veo ningún cambio.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Sí, regresemos a ver qué onda. Hay una puerta. ¿Qué hace? Muy bien. Pues sigamos. Yo no veo nada nuevo, nada.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Ok. Retrocedamos en nuestros pasos. A ver, por dónde. What the fuck is that?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Ok, gané.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Puta madre. Dale, pues a reiniciar otra vez. ¿Qué es eso?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Pues vamos a seguir la línea. ¿Qué dice por aquí? Espera, no era por acá. No. Voy a seguir por acá. La línea no me lo dice, pero...
No, I'm down. We're living it up to the line from now on.
Bueno, volvamos a la línea. Access. El nombre de usuario es acceso. Ok. Algo bastante raro, la verdad. Bueno, puedo entrar por aquí, así que entré, pues, está jugando solitario. Muy bien. Vamos.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Ya está lindo. ¿Qué quieres que haga? Que le tome una foto. Que lo ves y me lo lleve a mi casa. No manches, ¿verdad?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Me acabo de dar cuenta que cuando entro a mi oficina todo se pone más tétrico y empieza a sonar una música feísima. ¿Y si ahora sí sigo para acá?
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Ay, ok. Esto se puso muy raro, muy... Vamos a ver.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Y dale al restart otra vez. Creo que en esta parte no me escucharon, pero bueno, ya creo que ahora sí me van a escuchar, entonces... Bueno, sigamos. Tengo que seguir la línea, tengo que recordar por dónde...
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Dale.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Vamos.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Bueno, y por cierto...
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Por cierto, quiero que me digan en los comentarios cuál de todos estos finales piensan que fue el correcto o el verídico del juego, porque yo me perdí ya hace rato. No me acuerdo, dije que iba a sacar 3.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
No sé si se... Pues sí, se reinició el juego. Y creo que volvimos a la normalidad.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Pues sí.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.